Okay, so, I don't know. Okay, guys, I got a riddle for you. Raising a Gamer fans. What is the fastest running animal in video game history?
That's a riddle? Seems just more like a question.
Yeah, well. So we're going to talk about Sonic Forces.
Okay, so a newer Sonic game,
yeah. It's like Sonic Genesis, I think.
I believe GEMS. Gems.
Okay.
Okay, but you're right. You were getting a little confused.
I thought you said Sonic Genesis.
Sonic was on the Sega Genesis, which was a console, which is probably a little bit confusing to you because we do not own a Sega Genesis currently. We have a Retron, which plays Sega games.
Yeah, and then we're talking about Sonic Mega Collection.
Okay, so we're kind of we decided to do something not entirely different. We've done this before with when we did our NHL video where we talked about the different NHL games and which ones we liked, which ones we didn't. I wanted to introduce you to Sonic, and originally we were going to do, if I can find it, I believe it was off the Sonic Gems, if you can see, Sonic CD. Okay? Because Sonic CD was a Sega CD game, which we don't have a Sega CD, but it was supposed to be kind of the best of the original Sonic with some new twists on it. Do you remember what the new twists were in Sonic CD?
So basically, different music. You could go in the past or future. And then different fighting. I don't know.
Yeah, the main thing was going to the past and future. So the level design.
So bad at those.
The level design was what really makes this game different. Okay, the fact that you can have your main level, but then it can be changed by going into the past or the future, where it just gives you, more options on how you traverse through these levels.
Yeah.
It's not just point A to point B. It's on these levels you can take different paths, different branching paths within the levels.
Okay.
Or in the past and the future, kind of adds a whole nother, I guess, dimension, if you want to say, a whole nother level to where these paths can branch.
Yep.
Okay. Overall, though, what did you think of Sonic CD? Because that was the first one I kind of wanted to introduce you to kind of get you the feel for Sonic. That was originally what this whole video was going to be, with Sonic CD. But what did you think of it as a whole?
I'm not really a fan of Sonic. I don't
You know
like
who
that
else is not a fan of Sonic? Your friend, the Nintendo Guru. He hates Sonic. He calls it hot trash in the summer. Do you know why hot trash in the summer is such a bad thing?
What?
Because in the summer, what's the temperature like?
Hot.
Okay, it's really hot, and so trash is really stinky, right?
Oh, yeah.
It gets smellier the hotter it gets.
Well, I don't like it that's so fast. Like, fast-paced games aren't for me. Like.
See, that's interesting because I love the speed aspect of it. I think that's what's exciting about it, is when Sonic starts just barreling through the level. That's what I really like about it. But it's interesting that that's what you didn't like about it.
I don't like anything about going fast-paced, because, like, if you go fast-paced, like, I don't know.
What about, like, a racing game? Would you not like that?
A racing game, I see the technique, but, like, a game, like, where you're a person, you're fighting stuff, like, what's the fun in just kind of rushing through the levels? Like,
Okay.
It doesn't mean anything to, like, oh, look, like, Mario, you can, like, see a lot of stuff, and then Sonic, you just, like, it's just too fast of a game. Like, I see in a racing game that you go fast, but this game is way more faster, I think.
Well, and I like the fact that you compared it to Mario, because Sonic came out as direct competition to Mario. Sega Genesis used to do these commercials where they said, Sega does what Nintendo don't. Basically saying that they were doing something that Nintendo wasn't doing by having a character that would just barrel through these levels. So that was their hope was to kind of take over the market and have more people buy Sonic games and Sega Genesis systems than Nintendo, because Nintendo was such a powerhouse. It didn't happen, and as you can tell when we were holding up these games earlier, what system do I have these games on? As your younger brother just comes and kisses you on the knee.
Bye-bye.
GameCube and Switch. So Sega didn't completely go out of business, but they went out of business of making consoles, and now they just make games for companies like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. Their old competition is now making their games. It's just kind of...
Hey guys, sorry, you probably didn't know this, but our cord unplugged today a few hours ago because my brother unplugged it, and so we're going to do take two. But wait.
Yeah, so we were talking about earlier about how the different games, how they're now all on Nintendo consoles, which is a little bit weird that it's their old competition. And we talked a little bit about already Sonic CD and how you liked it.
Can I say my
Yep,
things I said in the last video? So do you know how Sega Genesis went out of business? So when it went out of business, it kind of made like games for Nintendo and all that, like its rivals. But it's kind of like a football team. Two football teams are rivals. Are like, oh man, the other team's like, oh man, we're so bad, and then like, oh, okay, what's this? How we win a lot is we join them, like join together. And
yeah, that is weird because it's something you wouldn't really see. So it's still a little weird to me to see Sonic games on Nintendo. But like I said at the beginning of the video, we tried. The original focus was to just play Sonic CD, which we did, but then I kind of wanted to show you some of the other games. So I wanted to talk about your feelings of this game, because this game, Sonic Forces on the Nintendo Switch, it's also on the Xbox One and the PS4. It wasn't necessarily a highly rated game. It's one that I've played all the way through, and I enjoyed. Like, I knew it wasn't a great game, but it was still fun. It was one I played on vacation at Disney World at night.
Yeah, so like you told me you finished it, but you never really liked the story because
Yeah, the story's not that good, but the gameplay's fun. The story's kind of just a wash.
It's kind of like saying the same thing over and over again. Like.
But what did you think of what you've played of it? Did you enjoy it? And first off, tell us what's the difference between a game like Sonic Forces and a game like Sonic CD?
It's 2D dimensional.
Yeah, so Sonic CD is strictly 2D.
Right.
Sonic Forces has both 2D and 3D levels, and it kind of jumps back and forth between classic Sonic, which would be the 2D, to more of the open, not really open, but more of a 3D type platforming level.
And the graphics are way better, apparently.
Yeah, which is to be expected, considering these other games are probably 25 years old. But at first, you were kind of just, it's okay, but you started to kind of get into it, and I got the feeling that you liked it. I don't know, is that true?
Yeah, I just didn't like that you killed all the things like boom, 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 like all the bots and everything super fast.
Yeah, a lot of the bad guys you just kind of button mash really fast to get past them.
And you don't even have to kill all of them. And like once you go past them, I can actually see that they're like, oh, I don't care about you anymore. Like.
Yeah, it's not like an action adventure game where you have to clear out all the guys on the level. It's just
like
more
Mario, like.
It's just more moving forward. Well, kind of like Mario. In Mario, you could jump past guys and just move on. It's that
sometimes they follow you, like the Terrell people. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's that same
Bowser.
concept. Okay, so Cool Knight. We're running out of time here, but on the cool scale, where does Sonic Forces fall?
I would do. I forgot what was a C in Cool Knight Centers.
Well, you could just say C if you want.
Cool. Oh, cool.
Little cool?
It's cool.
Kind of cool?
So yeah, remember my
semi-cool?
No, my grades go definitely not cool, not cool, Cool Knight Junior, and Cool Knight.
Come here.
Oh.
We have a little guest on the show. If you keep hearing this is Cool Knight's brother who's telling us that he's in PJs. So, what are your PJs? Paw Patrol?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Wait. No. What are you best at?
What's your favorite game? Impromptu
Rocket League.
Rocket League? You're really good at Rocket League, aren't you?
He's awesome. We should get some footage of him
Yeah,
on the
you are like a pro at Rocket League. It's
I'm
incredible.
better
Okay,
than him.
off you go. Go.
I'm better than him.
Okay, so now that this is totally fallen apart, yeah, I think Sonic Forces. Is okay. It's not great, but it was fun. It's short, which is kind of for a game that's just I would say just fun. About 4 hours, which is just about right. Okay, Sonic CD. What would your rating there be? Any better? About the same? Which did you like more?
Probably Sonic CD because you went fast, but it wasn't as fast as like Sonic Forces because like Forces are like boom, 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 and it just goes super fast paced. The Sonic CD I think is way kind of slower pacing. The enemies are kind of harder to fight, which it makes it more fun. Cause like harder bosses, like in games, makes it
Dr.
more
Robotnik or Dr. Eggman. We were having a big discussion earlier about why he's called Eggman in some and Robotnik in the other. Who knows? But
I think Robotnik's better, but Eggman, I feel like Sonic and his friends call him Eggman, but then he calls himself Robotnik.
okay, cool.
I think.
Well, there you have it. Sonic CD wins out. Okay, so that's enough of the Sonic talk. Kind of fun games for me, but not my all-time favorites, but ones that I wanted to introduce you to so you could kind of get a little bit of something that's outside of the Nintendo realm, even though these are now on the GameCube, but these were originally Sega games.
Or
So,
Switch.
yeah, that's it for this episode. Until next time, cool night.
Peace out.
Peace out, Cub Scout.